Did you know Joe Robbie, who owned the Dolphins and built Joe Robbie Stadium, that when he died because of poor estate planning, he lost almost everything? It was so bad that because of the absence of estate planning and estate tax planning, when he and his wife died, his kids had to pay nearly $47 million in estate taxes. This is what happens when your estate is not in order. We're going to break down right now what it is you should be doing. I'm Mitch Green, a partner at Kramer Green, and for the last 35 years, I've helped business owners in various industries, such as healthcare, protect their business from unforeseen circumstances. In each video, I like to share insightful, actionable information that will protect your assets, wealth, or business. So check out the rest of my videos on my site or channel. On this week's video, we're going to discuss how Joe Robbie and his family lost his entire fortune and what you can learn from it. Sadly, the whole thing could have been prevented with effective estate tax planning. What happened with Joe Robbie was that he built an empire. The Miami Dolphins, Joe Robbie Stadium. At the time of his death, he was worth $100 million, but did not plan for how those assets were going to be passed to his family. This means that Joe Robbie was open to all types of liabilities, especially estate tax liabilities, because he didn't plan to minimize his estate taxes. So what happened was Joe Robbie owned 100% of the Dolphins and 100% of Joe Robbie Stadium. So when he died, everything went to his wife. It wasn't a problem there because of the unlimited marital deduction. At that point, everything passed to his wife free of estate taxes. So upon his death, there's no problem. But unfortunately for the family, his wife died very shortly thereafter. So before she could implement any estate tax planning, she died, and any opportunity to plan at that point was lost. So when both Joe Robbie and his wife died, there was a taxable estate of $100 million, and the tax on that estate at the time was $47 million. And even worse, that tax had to be paid within 9 months. So the family had no liquidity, no way to pay the estate taxes. So what did they have to do? They were forced to sell in a fire sale both the Miami Dolphins and Joe Robbie Stadium at a dramatically discounted price. By not properly planning for their estate and for the estate taxes, Joe Robbie and his wife left his kids with very little compared to what he had. And as a result, there was a lot of infighting among the children and family members. Well, most of us don't have $100 million in our estate. That doesn't mean we still don't have to worry about estate planning and estate taxes. And there's a lot of things that we can do, even with much smaller estates, to minimize or even eliminate the potential for estate taxes. So whether you're Joe Robbie with an estate worth $100 million or something considerably less, what could you do to minimize your estate taxes? Well, first, the business, in this case the Miami Dolphins, could have been put in a business trust or family partnership, and the kids could have been given shares of the business over years. But what that would have done was keep that portion that he gave to his kids of the Miami Dolphins out of his estate. And if this was done, this could have minimized much of the $47 million in estate taxes that Joe Robbie's estate ultimately had to pay. Now, on top of that, to the extent they couldn't reduce their estate taxes any further, there's something called life insurance. And a popular tool is an irrevocable life insurance trust. This would be life insurance on both of their lives. And because the life insurance is on both of their lives, the premiums are much, much cheaper than if it was just on the life of Joe Robbie or his wife. So now, what would happen is upon Joe Robbie's death, since his wife got his assets free of estate tax because of the unlimited marital deduction, we would look to when she passed away, then the joint and survivor life insurance policy would have paid off, and those funds could have been used to pay all or a significant portion of the estate taxes that remained owing. So between using family trust to transfer a portion of the business to your children during your lifetime and the use of life insurance, you can significantly reduce, minimize, or potentially even eliminate estate taxes upon the death of both you and your spouse. No one wants to think about dying and what happens when they die. But when you don't think about it and you don't plan for it, you leave your children in a mess, and they could end up just like Joe Robbie's kids. Instead of having a legacy passed down to them, they were left with a decent amount of assets, but not nearly what they would have had with proper planning. Whether you're trying to protect your assets, start a business, sell a business, or navigate the laws within a business, we provide a one-stop shop for everything. If you have questions surrounding your business and legal needs, schedule a time to meet with our firm today and take the first step in protecting your business and financial future.